Yay!
Hey guys, how's it going? Coach Yadi is behind my cell phone right now. She's gonna come join us in a second, or we're gonna wait for some people to tune in. So Yadi, come sit next to me.
Okay, hang on.
Let's
I think
chat.
I gotta double
Turn
tap
around.
this. Oh, there it is.
Woo!
Double tap. Hey.
What's going on? We've got people joining.
Awesome.
So we did this last week, for the first time, our very first Periscope, and we had so much fun together and with you. Shoot us a message if you joined us last time, because we'd love to know if there are any returning people. But as you could tell from our title, we are talking about confession, our addiction to social media.
Yeah, we just got that figured out.
Yeah, good thing we have girlfriends. I don't want your hand to get tired there,
I know,
so we're
sorry.
gonna do it this way.
Okay, I know we're trying to
scooch
fit
in
ourselves
nice and
in,
close.
like we're
Yeah,
gonna have to get really
that's
nice
like
and cozy.
the battle of Periscope 101 is how do you fit your two faces in together,
Right?
But we are slowly but surely figuring it out. Hello from Dallas, miss you an eye opener.
Hi from Philippines. Hi.
So exciting.
Wow.
Thanks for joining us, guys. So as I was saying before we remaneuvered, thank goodness for girlfriends who you can talk to about anything and can confide in. Yadi is my friend, of course, and neighbor. Let's introduce ourselves real quick.
Okay.
I'm Alex Worley. I am a TV host and empowerista, as I like to say. And Coach Yadi, who are you, other than my neighbor and friend?
I'm Coach Yadi. I'm the creator of the Soul Body Method, and maybe some of you have seen me on the MTV show I Used to Be Fat, and I'm also currently filming a new weight loss show.
That's where she came from. That's why she's in
that's
her,
why I'm like in my
sports gear.
I
Sorry,
know.
it just got really creepy and
I
zoomed
know.
in on you, but you know, showbiz.
That's how we roll.
So, okay, as we were saying, now that we've got some people tuning in, thanks for tuning in and for the hearts and the comments. We discovered that we're both kind of addicted to social media. We were out to lunch and we were just talking about life in general, as we do often. And
Oi, Brazil.
and
Sorry, I had to say
Philly,
that.
And very exciting.
Wow, cool.
So I don't know exactly how it came up. Yadi, maybe you remember, but essentially at the same time, we were like, oh my gosh, we are both addicted to social media. What do we mean by that? We wake up, first thing we do in the morning is look at our feeds. Instagram is the worst
right
for
away.
me, but Facebook as well. And then before we go to bed at night, that's the last thing we're doing is looking through our feeds.
That's what we were.
Well, there's a light at the end of this tunnel. I
Yes.
promise you. We are going to tell you how we literally have transformed our relationship with social media in this past week. So we will get to that in a little bit. I promise you. We will let you know how we are managing our social media.
Yay, thanks for the hearts, guys. I see that.
Thank you so
lots of hearts.
much. Yeah. So we now have a good relationship with it where we're still using it because we have to
Yes.
for our business.
So
Maybe
yes,
you guys
good and
can
bad. So it's somebody else.
relate.
It's good and bad. So it's kind of like how do you find the
sword.
how do you find the balance?
Is. So what were we saying? I lost my train of thought. So we discovered that we were both addicted to it, and that we needed to make some changes, but not cut it out because we need it for our business. So going back to what do I mean by we were addicted? First thing we looked at in the morning, last thing we looked at night, and then
constantly, like even when you're eating, when you find yourself bored, even when you're watching television. You're still checking
That's
it. Like,
the worst.
Okay,
Yes.
like that is how you know that you're addicted.
Real talk here. I watched the entire season of Orange is the New Black.
Me too.
Looking
Super
at
fan.
my cell phone and constantly updating. I missed out on so much goodness just because I had my head buried in my cell phone. And as Yadi was saying, so often we use it as a crutch to cure our loneliness or boredom or as a confidence booster. I mean, how many times have you guys been
or
on
to not look awkward doing
refreshing,
nothing, right?
To refreshing, like to see how many likes you have or how many comments you have, or to not look awkward. So okay, I can
There's
see
a lot
of
of stuff
people relate.
happening. Hi from Mexico.
Yes.
Yay.
Thank you
Hola.
Thank you for not making us feel alone and admitting that we're not the only ones that have had an addiction.
Okay, who here has had a social media addiction? Just put like a little smiley face if you have.
Don't make us feel alone.
I know. Come on now. We're not the only ones.
We're admitting this addiction.
Oh, hi from Italy.
On social media.
There we go. Smiley faces coming in.
Okay, good. Thank you.
We're not alone. Thank you.
I've been addicted for 2 years. I love it. You guys are awesome. It's from London. Some heart faces. That's got to be mean like extra addiction. Yeah.
Whoa.
Again, somebody from Brazil. Awesome. So
tudo bem.
So anyways, we are not the only ones that have noticed just intuitively that it can be harmful for you. What were you feeling when you were having this addiction?
Right. So I think what it was for me that I started to notice, well, first of all, my actions of just consistently being on it, and I'm the kind of person that if I go out to dinner with you or somebody, like the worst thing that could happen is that person's on their phone using social media. Like that is a no-no for me. And that's one thing that I did try, to never do that to anybody else. But what it was happening for me is just like I felt bad. Like I literally just felt disconnected from the world, even though I was on social media.
And yourself.
Yeah, more importantly, myself.
Sit with yourself.
Right, and sit with myself. I wasn't present and in the moment doing whatever it was that I was doing. I was almost, and this is what Alex and I kind of, I guess decided what it kind of is like, and it's escaping your current reality, and also of course for validation, how much people love you. And the thing is that what I found out for myself is like, look, no matter how much you search outside yourself, you will never find that love that you're actually looking for, because
that's sustainable.
That's sustainable. It'll never be that way.
You get a little spike of joy, because you vicariously lived through someone, or the validation, as you were saying, but it's not sustainable. So my experience was extremely similar to yours, and that I just felt disconnected from myself when I was using it. Especially I used it to cure my boredom.
Yeah.
So if I was just having a meal, or during commercial break, or if I was waiting in line or whatever, my crutch was to look on my social media, and it made me feel anxious. Like I had to have all this stimulation all the time, versus just really taking in the moment and looking around you and getting to know the people that you're with. So that's how it manifested in my life. So anyways,
but you know what also it made me realize is how, in the past couple months, I've been experiencing a lot of resistance with relationships with people, or just a lot of friction lately. And I know that when you are feeling that, or that kind of like feeling in a slump, you tend to be out of alignment. And so you think, well, social media will get me out of the slump and it'll make me feel better. But in reality, it is that disconnect that you feel. And so my meditation practice was also a little bit off. And that's what I also noticed, that I was meditating maybe like 5 minutes a day, as opposed to maybe 15 or 20 that I would normally do. And that was just like, it kind of hit me when that was happening, and we were just at the same time, and it was almost like when we spoke to each other, it was like, oh my God,
it's like we both had to get this out. I'm seeing a few people say, oh, so what are we supposed to do? Just be bored? And what I would say to that is, I feel like you build a tolerance for boredom. You don't get as bored as quickly. What happens when we fill that space so early is we don't have any tolerance for being bored, versus just being entertained and okay with being in your environment and looking around and being present. Like, I think there's a lot of satisfaction and entertainment even that comes with just being present in that moment, and you're missing out on so much when your head's buried in your phone.
Absolutely. I think, and Alex shared a story with me just recently that happened.
What is it?
Well, that she went to the grocery store, and she was telling me that, what was it, Charlie that was with you?
Charlie's my husband.
Okay, so that's her husband, Charlie. And so he, where did he go? He went somewhere, and typically she would just run to her phone and be on her phone, and then instead she just sat there and people watched instead and kind of embraced the moment.
Yes, and it was so entertaining. There are some really funky people out there. Pay attention to them. I promise you'll be entertained. So we're not the only ones that have picked up on the harmful effects of social media. Again, we're not telling you not to be on social media. We're on it right now. I think social media is inevitable. It's good for your business. You need to have it if you are in this world, you know, if in this modern world of business.
But there's a way to do it. There's definitely a better way to do it.
So anyways, but we're not the only ones that have noticed the harmful effects. There are so many studies out there that say it hinders your happiness, your creativity. The most recent one, the Future Foundation, said that it's created a culture of comparison and that it's negatively influencing self-esteem. 63% of users between 17 and 33 years old feel like they're failing in life because of the comparison that goes on in social media. So anyways, just wanted to share that with you, that you knew it wasn't just like us to a case study. It really, there are credible studies out there that are saying the same. And I know I saw a lot of emojis saying that you guys feel the same way too.
Oh, geez.
Moving on, we came up with a challenge to help us this past week transform this addiction. Yadi, do you want to explain what the challenge was that we did?
Okay, so what we decided to do is, number one, like our number one rule was, we're not going to look at our phone first thing in the morning. Instead, we're going to do something for ourselves. So whether that's a workout, you know, take a yoga class, do some meditation, anything that makes you feel good about yourself. So taking care of yourself first instead of right away checking your social media, because that sometimes can set the tone for your day too. If you see something that's not so great on social media, you know, that kind of starts turning the tables for your day. So again, that was a one rule. Second rule was we can only check it once every hour, or post, you know, once every hour at most.
And some of you might be going, if I can interject, some of you may be saying, once an hour, that's still a lot. And for some of you, that might be a lot. If you're not checking once an hour, good for you. Keep doing what you're doing.
It. But for us,
it was kind of an ongoing relationship, and that if we got a notification, because our push notifications are on, which, by the way, maybe we should turn them off.
I actually turned off my Instagram notification,
That's
because that was my main addiction,
and that's
Instagram.
A good tip.
Yes.
I didn't turn mine off, but before, whereas every single time I got a notification, I would probably go on my Instagram. Hi. Now,
what's the solution? Wait, tell me, what's the solution? I want to hear that too.
Well, we're waiting for that. I'll just finish that. So before, I used to go on and check the notifications. Well, now I am not. And I only allow myself to go on once per hour at most. So really, actually,
and now I have to turn off.
Changes.
Now I have to turn off the Periscope notification because that's a new one that came in. I'm like, oh my god, I have to fix that too.
I know. So 2 really small modifications, just to do something nice for yourself before you check social media. Don't have that be the first thing in the morning that you do, and then also not to check every single hour. Really small and doable changes.
Absolutely.
So what has your experience been like this past week incorporating that into your life?
Yeah, well, you know, actually for me, it's been the first day I actually did it, I went into meditation for 20 minutes, and my entire day went amazing. Like literally things that don't happen in normal regular life. Like I went to this place in Venice and with a friend, and right next to me, this guy who's very popular nowadays. So he is Raphael on Jane the Virgin, and he sat literally right next to me, and that doesn't happen every day.
That's so cool.
Right? So
give us some comments or hearts if you love Jane the Virgin as much as we do.
Yay, Jane the Virgin, love that show. So, you know, that was one thing. Actually, the two of the people that I've been having a little bit of trying to break through in their training program, you know, because I train people and also doing a weight loss show and all that. Lots of stuff comes up when people train, of course. And so they actually, you know, shared some really good breakthroughs with me that very morning. So the day went tremendously better just because I started to connect with myself as opposed to just connecting with social media. Nothing outside of you will ever fill you. And that's really what I want to share the most. So it doesn't matter if it's social media addiction or any kind of addiction in itself, you're really trying to fill a void. And the only void is lack of self-love. Mm-hmm. So that's what I would say. I know I'm getting too serious, too deep.
No, it's okay. You know, swipe right and share this if you feel like some of your friends or followers could benefit from it, also you can follow that way too by swiping right, or it's down, I believe, if you have an Android.
Oh, really?
But if you have an
even know how to work
Android.
this.
So anyways.
Okay, wait, so say that one more time.
So swipe right if you want to follow or share this with friends or your followers. I think it's down though if you have Android phones.
Yeah. Oh, and then also go ahead and, if you can, add me as well, Coach Yadi.
Yeah.
So that's at Coach YARI, because tomorrow I'll be doing a live Periscope workout, and that'll be fun. That's going to be at 4:00 too. And
we're not ending yet.
We're not ending.
We just wanted to interject.
I know.
We just wanted to
interjection.
Yeah. So and you know what? I saw one comment that I wanted to respond to, and that's, why are we discussing internet addiction on the internet?
Yes.
First of all, fist pump to you for a good sense of humor. But this segment is not to say that social media or the internet is bad. It's a necessary evil. It's inevitable. It helps our businesses so much.
Absolutely.
But I think it's just when it gets out of control. I think the bottom line is,
when it doesn't start making you feel good anymore.
Or what I was going to say, you should have control over your social media. Your social media shouldn't have control over you. You know,
that's a statement.
Yeah, I mean, that's how I feel. But I like that. I like what you said too. I mean, both are true. Is when it doesn't make you feel good anymore, too. When you're starting to feel anxious, like we were.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, a lot of anxiety comes from that too. It's like this constant stimulation. So I feel like a lot of anxiety comes up.
Yeah. And one thing I'll add, because my experience was similar to yours in that I ended up just feeling better, not being so attached to my phone, and I set the tone for my day so much better. But one thing I'll add is it wasn't easy in every single moment, even though I was feeling better. And even a couple times I slipped up. I'm sure there were a couple hours that I checked more than once.
Yes.
But I think it's really important too, just to acknowledge it and then get back on track.
Absolutely.
Like, no big deal. You just acknowledge it and then get back on track. So,
check yourself.
Yeah.
That's it.
And then I guess what we'll end on, and we'll take questions too if you have any, but we'll end on, Coach Yadi, how do you maintain your social media for your business? Did you skip a beat at all this week? Not checking it more than once an hour, or what kind of techniques do you do to make sure that you're still active without being obsessive?
Yeah, it didn't affect my social media interaction at all, and it actually gave me room and space to think clear as to what I really wanted to post anyway. So I think it just creates space whenever you give yourself a little bit more space for creativity to set in. So no, it didn't compromise it at all, and I felt more connected. I felt more present and more joyful overall, and that's the bottom line, is for us to feel really good about ourselves. But yeah, no, it was perfect, and I encourage you, take on this challenge. See how you can do it too. Like, don't check it right away when you wake up in the morning. Don't check it right before you go to bed. I mean, basically, those are the 2 rules to like start getting you off of it.
Just once an hour.
Just once an hour.
Yeah.
Just try that,
and do something nice for yourself when you first wake up. So that could be meditation, a prayer if that's what you're into, a cup of tea, some yoga stretches, whatever that is for you. Do something that's good for you, and then go to your social media.
Right.
And I promise you, in my experience, if you get back to your comments just once an hour, you will get to all of those comments. Unless you have a ton of followers, in which case we should talk.
It's really not going to change. Yeah, it's not going to change all that much, like from 1 minute to the next anyway. It really isn't. And so it's so much of an energy leak that actually happens. That's what I would call it. It's like you're leaking your energy away. So contain some of your energy and use it for something that you really, really want to do. And stop living on your phone.
Yeah.
Because that's what was happening. I was just like, what's going on here? How can I be living on my phone? So,
and then one thing I will add is I shouldn't say always, but about 90% of the time I pre-plan my Instagram, because I don't always want to be living in this space of, ooh, where can I take my next photo? Ooh, I need to take a break so I can post this photo. So I will save photos I like, and
Yep.
I'll just put them, I'll favorite them. I have an iPhone and I'll favorite them so they're in my favorite section. And then I will have an idea of the days and time that I want to post something. I'll even sometimes write out what I want to a day or two in advance. I try and do as much as possible in one period of time, so
Yeah.
I'm not just constantly in this state of mind of when and what can I post next, if that makes sense.
And talking about that too is like sometimes we also want to post very spontaneously, and that's awesome if you're feeling really excited about it. But when it gets to a point that you feel like you have to post at every single place that you're at, then it starts taking away from the moment. You're not
Yeah.
even being there. You're just like posting for other people to see your life or whatever. And I think it's just so important to just like enjoy the moment, maybe take a picture, but post about it later.
Yeah.
Like just take that time later to do it, not right then, like you're in the middle of this joyful moment and you're not even experiencing it.
Yeah, I love that point, and I think it's important to value your happiness
Yes.
more than how people perceive you being happy or not. Like, who cares
Boom.
at the end of the day whether or not people perceive you as being happy? Like, actually be happy. And if then you can show that too and inspire people, all the better. But I think that be happy first.
Absolutely. Any questions that you guys have or any hearts that you want to send over? Thank you guys for being here, by the way.
Hearts.
No, thank you for being here. I think, it's really
thank
cool
you.
that you've been here. Oh yay, she is beautiful. Look at her. Post later, Linda.
I know a couple people asked us what our Instagram handle was, since they can tell we're on there a lot.
Yes.
Mine's at Alex Worley, exact same as my Periscope. So AlexWehrley. And if you're not following me on Periscope, by the way, swipe right, give me a follow, because we're going to be doing these once a week. Coach Yadi and I, every single Wednesday.
Because we're handling it. We're handling it till once a week right now, and that's important. And then my Instagram is at Coach Yadi, and that's Coach Yari. And you can definitely follow there and follow my Periscope too, because I'll be doing a workout tomorrow. I think I'm gonna do it at 4 p.m. I think that's a good time. It's Pacific time, so that'll be like 7 p.m. East Coast, and it'll be like a really cool little fun workout.
And somebody asked, this was a really good question. Somebody asked, how do you know where to focus your time on social media? And I'll start, and then Coach Yadi, let me know what you think.
Sure.
But for me, I like to start where my audience is at. I have a lot of, I interact with a lot of girl bosses, as you can probably tell from my hashtags, and a lot of them are in Instagram, so that's why that's my favorite social media outlet. But Periscope is a really close second, because I'm loving all the interaction on this social media site as well. So I think it's just looking at your business and where your audience is and finding out where they are. What do you think?
Absolutely. Yeah. I think like for me, Instagram is better. And actually I'm really enjoying Periscope because we do get this live interaction, and that's really fun. So anything that makes things fun is what I want to do moving forward. But Instagram, because I get to then that goes to Facebook and Twitter, therefore I'm not on Facebook, then Twitter. So it just goes one picture, a little blurb with it that I want to share, and it just goes out to everything because I can't be spending all my time on social media. There's lots of other things I'd like to do. And also if you guys can visit, for more info on mindset, soul set, movement, and nutrition, of course, you can visit thesoulbodymethod.com, and I teach a really unique way to weight loss. So it's not everything that you've ever heard before, and I teach very differently, so that's a lot of fun too, guys. Yay!
Yeah,
what else
absolutely.
do you want to say?
Oh, I want to say that a couple people are acknowledging that there are some haters on here and some trolls, probably what it is. So yeah, we definitely would love to block those people. So if you can let us know how we do that, that'd be great.
Yeah, because we're new.
We actually want to do an entire segment on how to deal with haters, but the number one thing I can tell you that I do is I just ignore them. But if I can block them, that's even better. So if you want to let me know
comment and
how
tell
we
us how we
block
do
them, that would be great.
Okay, just click on the comment, and then what?
And then got it. Wait,
there we go. That's how you do it. You click on the comment, block user.
Awesome.
Okay, and do we have to do that, or can you guys do that too?
I bet we have to do it.
Okay.
Awesome. Thank you
Okay,
so
thank you
much
for
to
that.
the lovers.
Yay, lovers. It's lesbian sex. That's
Yep,
one.
that's-
Boom. Block user.
This is like a game. I could actually really have a lot of fun with this.
I know.
Hit block, hit block. Okay, too funny. All right, guys, thank you for the ones that did give us positive energy and hearts. I know a lot of you were on here because you wanted to hear the information.
Yes.
So
Oh,
thank
wait,
you
and,
for
and
that.
share your blog too.
Oh, yeah. So it's at alexwerley.com now. So just ALEXWEHRLEY.com. So I'm making it easy. Everything's just Alex Werley. And if you can figure out the spelling of my last name, then thank you.
Yeah. Kind of tough.
So, all right, guys. Well, that's it for
Yay.
now. But you'll see the two of us together again next Wednesday. And you can see Coach Yachty tomorrow. I pop on just randomly but frequently. So swipe
Yes.
right.
Maybe I'll make her work out.
Ooh,
That would be good.
That's a thought.
That's a thought.
All right,
okay,
guys.
there's another one to block.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.